Saint Mark, the author of the second Gospel, is one of the four Evangelists. He is known as the patron of Venice, notaries, attorneys, lawyers, prisoners, and stained glass workers. Saint Mark's symbol is a winged lion, which is thought to have originated from his description of Saint John the Baptist in the beginning of his Gospel, as a voice of one crying out in the desert. The wings of the lion are also believed to be inspired by the four-winged creatures from Ezekiel's vision, who are often associated with the four Evangelists. Saint Mark is believed to have been the son of Mary of Jerusalem, whose home served as a meeting place for the apostles. He is believed to be the John Mark referred to in the Acts of the Apostles and is considered the cousin of Saint Barnabas. In 44 AD, he joined Saint Barnabas and Saint Paul on their first missionary journey to Antioch. However, according to the Christian tradition, Mark left them when they reached Cyprus. This incident caused a disagreement between Paul and Barnabas, and resulted in Paul refusing to have Mark accompany them on their second journey to the churches of Cilicia and Asia Minor. Despite this initial disagreement, it can be assumed that the strained relationship between Paul and Mark didn't last long. When Paul was first imprisoned, Mark visited him as one of his trusted companions. Saint Mark had a close relationship with Saint Peter, who referred to him as his son in his letter addressed to churches in Asia Minor. Clement of Alexandria, Irenaeus, and Papias all indicate that Mark served as an interpreter for Peter. Mark is believed to be the first bishop of Alexandria, Egypt, and the founder of the Church of Alexandria. It is also believed that Mark's Gospel was based upon the teachings of Saint Peter, and that he provided both Luke and Matthew with basic sources in their Gospel writings. His explanations of Jewish customs and his translations of Aramaic expressions suggest that he was writing for Gentile converts in Rome, after the death of Peter and Paul around 60 AD to 70 AD. His gospel aimed not so much to prove that Jesus was the promised Messiah, but rather to provide an account of Christ's life based on what he had directly from Peter. Therefore, he focused on highlighting events or miracles that would help Roman Christians better understand the divinity of Jesus, in whom they already believed. He placed a strong emphasis on Jesus' miracles, leading his gospel to be known as the Gospel of Miracles. Mark's Gospel is recognized as the oldest and shortest among the four Gospels. It portrays Jesus as constantly in motion, with a forward momentum that directs the reader's attention toward the impending events of the cross and the resurrection. Mark's use of the word immediately 39 times creates a sense of urgency, highlighting that Jesus' time on earth was short and there was much to accomplish during his ministry. One of the main themes in Mark's Gospel is the importance of prayer, which he emphasizes at three pivotal moments in Jesus' life. Firstly, at the beginning of Jesus' public ministry. Secondly, after the multiplication of the loaves. And thirdly, at the beginning of his passion in Gethsemane. Through these instances, Mark reveals Jesus' profound connection with divine sonship, emphasizing that Jesus is the Redeemer, which he considers as the central aspect of Jesus' life. In the Gospel of Mark, despite performing explicit miracles in the presence of crowds of people, the Son of God was rejected and ultimately put to death by the very people he had come to save. Mark's Gospel highlights Jesus' rejection by humanity while being God's triumphant envoy, revealing Jesus as God's servant. Mark's Gospel gradually reveals a scandal: the concept of a crucified Messiah.